Hi guys, it's nearly September, so it's setting up for the month ahead. Sadly, I will not be using this one for September. This has very much been a 1 month bullet journal, and yeah, I'm on page 102 and there's still a full week left to go. So there was no way September was going in this as well, which is a shame because it's been a lovely size to carry around, especially when we're on holiday. And it's kind of, using this has helped me no, I don't mean that. Using this has helped me work out what I want in my planning system going forward as well, particularly that daily plan with me series I did. So I'm making changes, and talking of changes, we're on to a new bullet journal, which will be number 17. I go through them a lot, quite quickly, and there's not necessarily many people that also go through them as quickly as I do. So I was thinking of going big for my next bullet journal, like a B5 or an 8x10, because I really like the size, but I don't need to put as much in it. I have to separate out my personal, my work stuff a lot more now, so I thought I would just make use of this little guy, which is my B6 Scribbles That Matter that you saw on a video a couple of weeks ago. So I'm just going to do a quick flip through of how I've set this up and my September pages, just so you can have a little look really. So I have filled out the front page because I really like it, and I like the fact it's got the date the journal started. I've not bothered with my key, I just didn't see the point in it. I'm not really colour coding like I was, and if I do, it's kind of ingrained now what the colour code is, so I don't need to do that, and I'm only using 2 or 3 bullets, so there's no point filling in a long list. And I've done something different with my index, which you'll see in a minute. So future log, first of all, I've done a proper future log. I've written out calendars. I've spent a lot of time setting this up and working out dimensions, because obviously this is a different page size. It's a different page size again to the Leuchtturm, which is slightly taller. Then we get onto my index, which I've taken inspiration from someone on YouTube, and I cannot remember who it is, so I'm really sorry. You literally write out every number of every page in the notebook and then write what's on that page. Now this to me makes so much sense, and why I didn't think of this myself I don't know, but as you can tell I've already used it, and I've used this more than any other index I have ever had in a notebook, so hopefully it will be something that works. So it is over 4 pages because there's 201 pages in this, and trying to work this out was fun because I didn't want to have like a full column here and then just like a handful of things up here. I wanted it to be quite even, so it did take a while, but part of me is thinking if I put a lot more time into the setup rather than just I need a new notebook, let's just get on with it, I will use it in a far better way. I think we'll see how it goes. So we get on to functional pages. So I've got a cleaning schedule. This is for those things that are not necessarily daily or weekly tasks. So things like cleaning the oven out, things like putting the descaler in the washing machine, things like making sure that you've washed and ironed the bedding, which I know for some people it is a weekly thing, but for us we change the bedding regularly and then realise that we have no bedding left to change because we forgot to wash any of it. So things like that written down is really helpful. As I've said in a previous video, my husband's starting a new job. We're looking at how we do things around the house a bit more and things we do together because we will have more time together. So writing things down definitely makes a difference for both of us, so that's why I've done that there. I wanted a page to have just a record of regular bills and payments that go out of both my account and the joint account, just because we're trying to save up a bit, and I think it's having all of that in one place is helpful, so that's why I haven't filled it out yet, because I'm sharing it with you. I have a check it out page, which is just like recommendations, so TV, book, film, music, and then what it is, kind of based on the Alistair method of future logging, but yeah, I liked it for other things as well. And then I have this blank page. Now I know a lot of people would be like using this as a cover page or a splash page for September. I don't do them. I don't see the point. I can't really, yeah, I just don't do them. So that might get used for something that is a sort of a useful day-to-day spread, but it's blank for now, and that's fine by me. So then we get into the calendar, which I love. I've never done a calendar spread. I love so much in my bullet journal. I've got a few things on here already. This, as I said, this is personal, and there's lots of gaps, and this is using the monthly pages sheets from the Under the Stars collection from Ellie Beth Designs. So you get 2 sheets. You can buy them individually, so you can just buy one and not the other, or you can buy them both like I did, and just create your spread. These are normally full day header strips that are the same width as the Erin Condren monthly columns, but I trimmed them down because I wanted them to fit in my nice neat small columns. I've also trimmed the washi down a tiny bit, which is why I have this thin bit here, just to fit it in the gap. And I like this sticker. This is one of my favourite stickers, just as kind of like a monthly dashboard, goals, focuses, things you need to remember. I use it differently each month, but I like having it there. Then I have a calendar for my life planned out, because I've crossed 800 subscribers and 800 followers this week, which is pretty awesome. And I kind of want to keep track of numbers a bit more and just plan things in a bit more detail. So having one calendar I thought was a good idea. Most of my social media planning is done in a different place, but I just liked the idea of having a calendar in here that I could refer to as well, because this is part of my personal life really. So I've planned some things already. You can see I'm trying to do a daily plan with me series again, with my work planners, which could be really long, it could be really short. I don't know how it's going to go yet. I'm also going to try for September to do a second video each week, so whether that will come out on a Sunday or a Tuesday I don't know yet. I normally do in the holidays like an extra video a week if I can, and term time's normally just one, so I thought I'd give it a go and see if it is too much or whether it is manageable basically. My script writing prompts is fairly self-explanatory really. At some point list are things that I want to get done at some point. There's no necessary urgency to them. If I get them done this month, excellent. If I don't, I don't. You know, they're just something that needs to get done at some point, hence the name of the list. And then this is kind of a combination of a habit tracker and like repeat tasks that I do a couple of times, well, more than once a week basically. So I thought I'd try a monthly tracker. Normally when I do monthly trackers I get like a weekend and then it's like just gets forgotten about, so we'll see how that goes. And then this is inspired by Your Best Year and Lisa Jacobs, where you just have each week space to record tasks, list, everything, so kind of an extra way of future planning your month. And tasks is the one thing that gets missed, so I thought I would go back to using it. So first week of September is back to school, so there's a lot of things that need to get done. It's getting back into the routine and the swing of things, and then at the end of the month we need to get ready because we're having our bathroom done the first week of October, so that will have a huge impact on us. And then we're ready to get into the rest of September. So that is my bullet journal setup for the time being. I hope you found it interesting, useful, something. As I said, next week, daily plan with me series. Slightly scared, slightly apprehensive, but at the same time, if it's as useful as it was last time, it will be worth all of the hassle trying to film around a chaotic work schedule. So there we go. That's it for now, guys. If you are interested in getting any of the monthly collection sheets from Ellie Beth Designs like I've used, then I will leave a link to the website below, and if you follow that link it will take you to the main website, not the Etsy shop. And on the main website, if you use my code Robin10, you'll get 10% off your order. So check that out, and it just takes you to the main site so you can look at everything and all the different kits, and well, they're not kits anymore, all the different collections that are available, and other functional items that I use regularly. So there we go. I'll be back at the end of the week with some form of video in preparation, setting up for my daily plan with me next week. In the meantime, guys, happy planning.